Good morning from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Monday, November 28. We want to introduce you to our next comprehensive preservation project. She is a 1959 Chris Craft 17-foot Sportsman with a walk-through. She's powered by a Chris Craft 283. And as you can see, we will have some challenges before us. The most serious issues we face have to do with horizontal surfaces, as you might guess. She's been sitting for so long. She's pretty severely sunburnt. At one point, the king plank was bleached blonde, which is appropriate for this model. We will do our best to save all of this planking. It's going to take a tremendous amount of sanding because we have to get the planking flat again. And we have quite a few pop bungs. So I would not be surprised if we end up removing every single fastener, probably releasing this planking, and then that way we can seal it properly. We can put it back down flat and securely. The covering boards forward of the helm station on both sides are potentially savable. We will make a yeoman's effort to save them, but you see we have grain splits that we are encountering. The problem begins to surface when we arrive at this joint, and I'll just look at the starboard side. Both starboard and port are suffering the same issues. This covering board all the way back, and it is a single piece to here. There is a joint just behind this scoop, and as you can see, just behind the walk-through. The ribbon of blonde that is typical of this model was also bleached and finished blonde. In order to work on the covering boards, and in truth, in order to replace the covering boards from this point all the way back to that aft joint right here, means that we must first release this trim piece, and there's a joint there, but that doesn't allow us to remove the rest of this covering board. So we'll release this to here. This model was available either with or without ceilings. This particular boat was originally ordered without ceilings. We've spoken to her owner about having us fabricate ceilings. If you remember the 1956 Chris Craft custom runabout, essentially the same model, 3 years earlier, and with some major differences like the flat windshield. She has ceilings, and it makes quite a difference. The aft deck and transom appears that for the most part we will be doing cosmetic work, although we see that the bottom board has pulled away, or let's say the next board has pulled away from the bottom board. So we will for sure be releasing this plank so that we can remedy whatever is going on there. Over here on port, you can see what happens when water infiltrates the varnish. This aft deck is properly finished blonde. The wooden step pads, I've seen on many examples of this model. The dash, in my world, we would release that dash. We have to take all of the trim, most of the trim. We might as well take the last piece of trim off the deck as well, which would allow us to release the dash. And that was vinyl was originally Chris-Craft red. It's just been totally sun bleached. You can see it, the glove compartment, it's bleached almost white. Our upholsterer can reupholster that and have it return to its proper color. She has her original plexiglass windshield. Remember, Chris-Craft changed from flat to plexi between, well, somewhere between 55 and 56. The windshield is broken at the bottom on its starboard side, its starboard end, but happily I happen to have the exact windshield in inventory. So if the owner so chooses, we can replace this windshield with an OEM windshield. So there she is. As soon as I process this video, I will begin removing hardware, windshields, horns, bow lights, lifting rods, you name it. And once we have her completely stripped of all of that, we will move her into the shop and get out the circa 1850 and take her down to bare wood and see what we have. So we'll chronicle her progress to completion and look forward to your thoughts and comments. Thank you so much from Snake Mountain Boat Works.